What's going on, Chill Army? DeAndrox7 here. So, I've been sitting on this topic for a while now, and I think it's time that we finally talked about it. If you've ever scrolled through the comments on a Pokemon Presents live stream, an official trailer, or heck, even a simple tweet from the Pokemon Company, you've probably seen it too. The endless complaints, the memes about disappointment, this is cool, but where's my Gen 5 or Gen 7 or whatever remakes? You know, those types of comments. And honestly, some of it is pretty exhausting. I love this franchise. I always will. It's my favorite franchise of all time. You guys already know this. But man, sometimes the community makes it very hard to love out loud. So today we're diving deep into a question I know a lot of you have thought at some point. Is the Pokemon community actually toxic, or is it just the loud minority giving the rest of us a bad name? So without further ado, kick back, relax, grab your favorite snack, and let's get right into the video. So let's start with the most important distinction. Not every Pokemon fan is toxic. In fact, the majority, chill, passionate, fun to talk with. But the problem is, we don't hear from them as often. Social media rewards loud voices. It pushes controversy to the top, so if one person yells, "This game sucks and you're stupid for liking it," and it gets 10,000 likes, that becomes the face of the fandom, even if 90% of us don't agree. And you'll see this everywhere. Leading up to the release of Sword and Shield, the outcry over the national dex dominated the discourse. Did it matter that people were genuinely excited for the Galar region or the new characters or Pokemon? Nope. Negativity drowned it out. Now look, I'm not saying criticism is bad, far from it. Games deserve critique. Developers need feedback. But there's a difference between critique and just straight up entitlement. You've probably seen those comments like, "I've been a fan since Red and Blue. This is an insult. This game is just lazy. They don't care about us anymore. Where's my Gen 2 remake? The nostalgia is real. And yeah, I get it. Some people grew up on a specific generation, and when the new games don't match that feeling, it can feel like Pokemon has changed. But guess what? Pokemon has changed. It's a franchise that has to balance appealing to a new generation and longtime fans. That's not easy. You can love Gen 3 and still appreciate what Gen 9 brings to the table. It's not either or. You ever notice how people will dogpile on a game before it even comes out? Take Scarlet and Violet for example. Yeah, they launched with bugs, but even before release, folks were already set on hating it. Memes, complaints, and negativity flooded timelines based on leaks or short trailers. It's like people want to hate the next thing just to be part of the cool crowd online. There's a trend of pre-disappointment, like people expect to be let down, so they treat everything with sarcasm or contempt from the jump. Which is weird, right? Why follow a franchise just to hate on it 24/7? Let's talk about YouTubers, TikTokers, and Twitter personalities, myself included. Sometimes content creators, not calling out anyone specific, can contribute to the toxicity without realizing it. Rage gets clicks, controversy gets comments. If your video title is, "Why Pokemon is Dying," or "Game Freak doesn't care anymore," of course it's going to blow up. But that also shapes the way fans talk about the games. Negativity becomes the default, and worse, it creates this echo chamber where if you do like the game, you're considered a shill or not a real fan. Wild. Now hold up. I'm not saying all negativity is bad, but let's not pretend the flip side doesn't exist. Some fans act like the games are above criticism. If you do point out flaws, like poor frame rate or reused animations, you're suddenly ruining the vibe or being a downer. That's toxic positivity. It shuts down real conversation and makes people afraid to speak honestly. Balance is important. You can love a game and still point out its issues. That's what helps the franchise grow. Let's not forget the good though. The fan artists making gorgeous illustrations, the theorists crafting wild lore videos, the casual players just vibing with their favorite mons. Those people are the community too. Heck, some of the most wholesome moments I've had are just trading with randoms, helping beginners build teams, or seeing someone's eyes light up when they catch their first shiny. That's the stuff worth spotlighting. So, is the Pokemon community toxic? Honestly, no. Not inherently, at least. Parts of it, loud, obnoxious, and sometimes straight up mean? Absolutely. The thing is, toxicity exists in every fandom. What matters is how we respond. Are we contributing to the chaos or lifting up the better parts of this community? We all play a role in shaping the vibe. Whether you're a veteran trainer or someone who just started with Pokemon Go, this space belongs to you. So here's my challenge. Next time you see a flood of negativity, just speak up with something constructive. Not blind praise, but real thoughts. Real feedback, real love for the game. Let's make being a Pokemon fan fun again. Of course, if you enjoyed this discussion-based video, I know I did. This is something that I've always been wanting to talk about since like the Sword and Shield days, but wasn't exactly confident in my speaking skills then. But now after, my Pokemon Champions video did pretty well for a channel my size, and especially the TikTok version of that video doing pretty well, I'm feeling a little more confident, so I might keep up this flow here. But of course, if you guys enjoyed this sort of discussion video and you guys want to see more like this, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment letting me know your experience with the Pokemon community, whether that's good or bad. I read every single comment, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. But until then, stay chill, Army, and I'll catch you all in the next video.